CD collection I've got right here, so I thought I'd go through that today. So this will probably be a little bit shorter, and then I'll probably do another one with the rest of everything. Yeah. Alright. Also, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's hope 2025 is better than 24. Okay, so let's get into it. So to start us off, I have Green Day, American Idiot. You can see in the last video I was wearing a shirt with this album on it. I really like it. I saw Green Day live, and they played the entirety of Dookie and American Idiot, and it was just great live. I mean, yeah, it was just an unbelievable experience. Off this album, I've got to say, it's so amazing. Picking a favorite is hard, but I really like Give Me Novocaine. But it's a fantastic album, and I hate rock operas, but I mean, this one gets a pass from me. Next we have Green Day Dookie. This is my favorite Green Day album. I kind of think it's objectively the best one, but I don't know if that's a hot take or what. I think it's definitely one of the greatest pop punk albums of all time. I also have a shirt with this album on it. It's like green. Off this one, I love Coming Clean. The song is super underrated, but I also love Pulling Teeth. And seeing this album live was just a cathartic experience for me. Next we have Soundgarden, Super Unknown. This is another amazing album. This is the only Soundgarden album I have in vinyl or CD. This is the only Soundgarden album I've really listened to besides the one that has the Burden in My Hand song. I'm not like their greatest super fan, but I really like this album a lot. It has a lot of really famous ones like Black Hole Sun, Fell on Black Days, etc. But my favorite one is Limo Wreck. Next we have another Green Day album. We have Nimrod. This one I don't think is as good as American Idiot or Dookie, but I still think it's pretty good. I like the album cover and then the back too. And then the CD isn't in here because I put a lot of the CDs in this pile. The actual CD isn't in there because I put it in like a CD case for my car, so I can easily access it in the car. So I just have the case with me right now, but I do own the actual CD. I really like on this one. I think the most famous one is Good Riddance. That's one on here that I've heard played the most. But my favorite on here is King for a Day because it is a ska song, and I love ska. It's probably my all-time favorite genre. You'll see a couple ska CDs in this one, but I think the rest of my ska CDs are in the other part of my collection, so they'll mostly be in the other video that I plan to make. This one got Red Hot Chili Peppers. I really like this album cover. It reminds me of Tattoo, because it kind of looks like a tattoo style. And I just like the way it looks. It's aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, I know this is basic, but my favorite song on here is probably Under the Bridge. It's also the most famous one. But I do also really like Suck My Kiss. Suck My Kiss. But Red Hot Chili Peppers are great. This isn't my favorite album by them, but it's the one that I own, so. Alright, next we have the Foo Fighters. This is my favorite Foo Fighters album. I think it's the best one. This one is their first one, and it's all Dave Grohl, which I think is really impressive for him to do after Nirvana. My favorite one on here is This Is a Call. This is a call, this is a call, this is a call. But I also like For All the Cows. see the on the back there. This is Everclear's songs from an American movie, and I am a huge Everclear fan. I think that they are the most underrated alternative band from the 90s. I feel like the only songs by them that ever get played are Santa Monica, I Hope I Hit New Life, and Father of Mine. But they have such an amazing discography that just gets overlooked. And they've kind of, it feels like they've been lost in the sands of time a little bit. But they are such a fantastic band, check them out. This is not my favorite album of them, but it's still a good one. I saw this at this record store for, how much was it? Yeah, $1. And I just said, fuck it, I gotta get it, you know. I mean, no brainer there. Okay, next we have Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray Floored. I got this at Goodwill for $1. Basic again, but my favorite song in here is Fly. That's the only song I knew on it when I bought it. But then I listened to it and I was like, oh wait, this is actually really good. This song actually has Fly on it 2 times. It has one with Supercat and one without, which I think is funny. My mom clowned on me for getting this because, I mean, I wouldn't know this because I wasn't alive, but when it came out, it was just massively overplayed and it was super basic. I had no idea. I thought I was different for listening to it. Well, I guess in the standards of, you know, people my age, I was different for listening to it. But she clowned on me, and my parents had a good laugh that I was listening to Sugar Ray. But I told them that this album cover is exactly what I want out of my life. I mean, it's so sweet. Okay, next we have MU330 Press. MU330 is a ska band from the 90s. I think they're pretty underrated in general, but in the ska scene they're pretty well known. My favorite song on this album is Stuff, but I think the most famous one is Who's Your Love. They have a very distinct style, and the guy has a very distinct voice. I can tell it's a MU330 song, just without even actually knowing it. Okay, next we have my favorite Everclear album. So much for the Afterglow. This song, or not this song, this album is genuinely, I don't want to say masterpiece, but it's close. This is such a fantastic album. Like, there's not a bad song on it, honestly. And you can see, I got it for only $1. I found it in the jazz section at like a bookstore. Just someone had thrown it in there, and when I tell you I was stunned, shocked to find this, I was like, no shot. This is such an amazing album. My favorite songs are Sunflowers and So Much for the Afterglow, Father of Mine, Everything to Everyone. I mean, it's just filled with hit, well, not hit after hit, but like fantastic song after fantastic song. Okay, next we have Rancid and Out Come the Wolves. I always get this album title, Out Come the Wolves, mixed up with this YouTube channel, Up to the Wolves. It was this guy who posted like music videos that he made for bedroom punk songs, aka incelcore. And so I always get that mixed up. But I love this album. I like that this is a nod to Minor Threat. Pretty cool. I saw Rancid live 2 times. Let's Face It. This is the album with the hit song, The Impression That I Get. But my favorite song on here is that song, but also Rascal King. The Rascal King. My first intro to the Bosstones was actually when I was at Disney World on a school trip, and my playlist just randomly recommended to me The Rascal King, and I listened to it. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And then I listened to more of their discography, and I became a fan. So thanks, Spotify. Alright, next we've got Blink-182, Enema of the State. This is an amazing album by them. You know, songs like All the Small Things, What's My Age Again, etc., etc. I really like Aliens Exist and What's My Age Again. I love this. It's such an iconic album cover. It's just so great. Blink is such a great band, but they kind of suck now. Just their music sucks now. Like the new stuff they put out, I think they still are fine people. I don't know them personally. Next we have Nirvana, Nevermind. I got this for $8, and I was stunned. Obviously, it's like Smells Like Teen Spirit, Come As You Are, Lithium, Drain You. I mean, just such a famous and fantastic album. My favorite song in here is Breed, and Territorial Pissings. Alright, now we have another Everclear album. This is also a great one. This is the one that features their hit Santa Monica. My favorite song in here is probably You Make Me Feel Like a Whore or Strawberry. Strawberry is a little different than their normal songs. It's a little sadder, and I think it's not like as loud, but I don't know, I really like the way that this album looks. And then on the back you can see them there. Alright, and now the last CD for this video, just for this video, not in general, is The Casualties Under Attack. I got this for $2 at a book sale, and I had never heard of them before, and I was like, this is clearly punk, it's $2. I mean, looks legit, looks like it could be good. I listened to it in the car, and it was. I mean, I've never heard anyone talk about them, so check them out. I really liked VIP off of this album, but also the first track, which is Under Attack. Name of the album. Alright, so that is a little less than half of my collection, but I think this is a good stopping place because we're already at 15 minutes. So I